Have you ever prayed and felt like heaven was silent? Have you ever cried out to God, wondering if He could hear your voice? If so, you are not alone. Many faithful believers have experienced seasons of waiting, pain, and unanswered questions. There are moments when life becomes so heavy that we begin to wonder whether our prayers are making any difference. But the Bible gives us a powerful message of hope. God never ignores the prayers of His children. Even when we cannot see Him working, He is still moving behind the scenes according to His perfect plan. Today's message is about the transforming power of persistent prayer. We will discover why Jesus told us never to give up, how great men and women of faith continued praying through impossible situations, and how your own prayer life can become stronger than ever before. So stay with me until the end, because this message may completely change the way you pray and the way you trust God. Jesus knew that life would bring difficulties. He knew His followers would experience disappointment, fear, sickness, and seasons of waiting. That is why in Luke chapter 18, He told the parable of the persistent widow. Before telling the story, Jesus gave one simple but powerful lesson. People should always pray and never give up. The widow had no power, no influence, and no one to defend her. Yet she continued asking until justice was given to her. Jesus was not saying that God is like an unjust judge. Instead, He was teaching that if persistence can move an unjust judge, how much more will our loving Heavenly Father respond to His children? Never believe that your prayers are useless. Every prayer offered in faith reaches the throne of God. Daniel is one of the greatest examples of persistent prayer. Even when the law forbade prayer, Daniel continued to kneel before God 3 times every day. He chose obedience over fear. In Daniel chapter 10, the angel told him something remarkable. From the very first day Daniel prayed, God heard him. Yet the answer was delayed because of a spiritual battle. This teaches us an important truth. Sometimes God's answer is delayed, but it is never forgotten. While we think nothing is happening, God is working in ways we cannot see. If you have been praying for your family, your health, your future, or your ministry, do not stop now. God still hears every sincere prayer. One of the hardest lessons in the Christian life is learning to trust God's timing. We often want immediate answers, but God sees the beginning and the end. Romans 8:28 reminds us that all things work together for good for those who love God. Even painful seasons are not wasted. God uses waiting to strengthen our faith, deepen our relationship with Him, and prepare us for blessings we are not yet ready to receive. Sometimes God changes our circumstances. Other times He changes us while we wait. Never confuse God's silence with His absence. He is always near, even when you cannot feel His presence.